Good evening, morning, afternoon, freaks and geeks. This is Rouge. Today I ran into something from this. I ran into a video from this channel called Crispy's Tavern Tales and Tea. The title is "This D&D Kickstarter is probably lying to you." I haven't really thought of a solid title for this, but I'm pretty sure I've titled something about AI. So the reason why his title is drastically different from mine is because, well, he's not the one doing the AI, just to let you know. He's talking about a Kickstarter that is suspected to have used AI. Now, I want to cover some bits of his video. If you'd like to see the full thing, I am going to attempt to try to add the link in the description. I think I've forgotten a couple times. But I want to go over some things that he said and that he noticed. I'm going to add to it and then do a little bit more of a deep dive. And also I do have possibly a hot take on this.
This project really set me off. What project? Well, enter Pac-Mule. Pac-Mule is a little Kickstarter for Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition and D&D 2020.
Now, I have an issue, and I'm going to explain it further later on. But when I look at this, I see Magic the Gathering. Like, I know it's a hard thing to get around, and it's not copyrighted, but the thing is, you got your card title, the picture, the item type, and then a description of the item. But also the border really is close to a magic back border. Although now I look at it, I recognize all those tools. Wow, okay. Let's continue on.
That sought to make a bunch of magic item cards. From the surface, it seems very above board. But my agent noticed some red flags with Pac-Mule and their project material that he decided to bring up with them. And their response to those red flags was So
before he goes into the response, I want to point out there are a lot of items in Dungeons & Dragons. And what this guy is doing, he wants to make it easy for the card, like the items to be like, yeah, you have this item, you have this item, you bought this item. You know, it's like, especially the items like health potions and whatnot, that's very, that's a consumable. It's like you can have like several different of those on hand, then you use one, you hand it back to the DM, stuff like that. My chin is itchy. That sounds like a great idea. I love this idea. Let's continue.
Poor that I decided to cancel all the advertisements and drop the sponsorship in its entirety. That's not a small thing for me. They bought a whole week of advertising. So what did they do? What was so heinous that I decided to take such extreme action? What kind of red flags were they showing? Well, they were naturally AI-related red flags. Of course, I hate this timeline. Pac-Mule have been on their social medias. They've been promoting their project.
I'm sorry. Something flashed by that I want to...
Pac-Mule have been on their social medias. They've been promoting...
No, dang it. The words are still illegible. Well, that's a website. I'll explain what I'm looking for later, because he mentioned something that caught my attention.
Their project alongside other content creators, and I think some of the words they use are a little bit misleading, at least in my opinion and from my experience briefly working with their brand. and I think it's time to set the record straight. So, let's talk about Pac-Mule, and let's talk about AI. Also, yes, I know my eye is messed up in this video, okay? You don't need to point it out, because guess what? You
probably should stop doing drugs. That's why your eye is red like that.
On the surface, it just seemed like a really, really cool idea for a deck of D&D trading cards. However, looking at their website, yeah, their ambitions are very, very ambitious for such a new company and project. I mean, Pac-Mule wants to make D&D item cards for every single item practically available in the game. That encompasses...
Yeah, that's a heavy task. I would personally have done, like, a basic pack where it has, like, potions, like, a lot of consumables, like, arrows, the weapons, basic items, maybe, like, a cool little, thing with the, bag of holding. Like, be able to slide the, item into the, sleeve. That would be cool. But yeah, and then if people like the idea and it's selling, do boosters of like magic items, or Ravenloft particular items, stuff like that. Hi Oreo, how are you doing?
Is hundreds of items. Actually, on their Kickstarter, they talk about making unique artwork for over 1,200 items. Now,
yeah, that's a tall order. Coming from a person that actually did need to pump out a decent-sized number, I can see where this is going.
you may be wondering, Crispy, wouldn't that be incredibly expensive? I mean, you need to commission all that artwork for a brand new project that might be so hard for them to do. How did they do it? I also didn't notice the red flag of the artwork on all the unique leather-bound player binders that they also planned on selling. I mean, most of these artworks look really good.
Alright, so let's take a look at this. This is the rogue. I see two different kinds of daggers. Like a bandit's mask. The artwork looks to be kind of solid.
At least until you know some of the oddities, like that instrument being shaped.
Yeah, and look at the barbarian one. Oh, okay, I thought the bear. Wow, my eye really saw the negative space there. Never mind. So yeah, the bard. And look at the rose. The stem of the rose. That looks really thick and stiff. That's what she said. But yeah, what was the idea with the design of the flute tar? I have no idea.
Like a pie? What is that? Why would the artist make that choice? Did a human artist actually make that choice? During our initial discussions with the brand and investigation into the project, we believed it contained no generative AI. Now, beyond this lack of correction and private communications, the brand's public image also seems to support human-made art. And by seems, I mean, I don't know, the creators they work with just straight up say it.
That has over 1,200 item cards from D&D 2024, each with human-made artwork, weight, rarity, a description, and sometimes more. And
Wow.
Why would you have to say that specifically? I know people are like, ew, we don't want the art made by machines. But I want to see something. Let's slow this down for a minute.
it has over 1,200 item cards from D&D 2024, each with human-made artwork, weight, rarity, a description, and sometimes more. And
Yeah. Especially that potion. Why did it show a man in the bottle? That's weird. And also, it's like working with a lot of AI pictures. Just like you would say, type in like a potion of healing, and it come up with the potion and the guy standing in it. That might be like the machine remembering that you asked for something similar earlier. That has happened to me, by the way. You know, weird shit.
Wow, this is all human-made artwork. AI hatred has become more common. A lot of people do not like generative AI now. It has become a very, very common position to despise AI, the people who develop it, and the people who use it. And so, if you want to advertise...
Honestly, I was thinking of doing a whole thing with Shadeversity. Hold on, Oreo. There's just a lot with Shade. Or Shad. So, I was thinking of doing the thing on Shadversity, but I don't know if I'm going to anymore. I don't know, but since he brought it up, he was all like, oh, look, I edited some things on Supergirl. That makes it mine now. It would be just like as if you loaded up an actual picture of Supergirl and fixed it up and then claimed it as your own. Especially since the AI had to look up the original art of the intellectual property. Yeah, that is not your own picture. I'm sorry to say it.
your own project, saying that you use human-made art at this point is like a tagline. And clearly it's a tagline that Pac-Mule was very happy to own themselves. But it would be very strange if they had that tagline of human-made art while still using ChatGPT to make their assets. You don't need to look at their artwork in order to figure out that there's AI use, though. All you need to do is look at their own words. I'll have to check it out. I've been looking for a decent AI video generation and editing tool. Oh no! I just used ChatGPT to spit out some landscape images, but I did the keyframes, transitions, sound effects, music, etc. Oh, I've got to try that. Ugh. And yep, there you go. There's the confession. I know a open confession of AI use.
Okay, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase here. They're definitely talking about AI. Is it their actual, like, text though?
I found this on their Facebook because they posted this screenshot, like as advertisement. Like join.
That is just bizarre to me. It's like, we use human artists. Here's a screenshot of us talking about the opposite. That's proof that we use humans.
In our Discord, look at our fun conversations. And it's them admitting to using AI. The agency I work with, like I said earlier, asked the brand about their use of AI. And that's right, guys. We got a second confession. Our goal was to complete this project with as little AI use as possible. It's limited to some of the concept art of simpler items and a few of the reused backgrounds, but in all cases, an artist was paid to create the final artwork. Yeah, that.
Okay, so the final art is done by a human. Okay. Okay, gotcha.
That's not a great look. Remember, human-made art, guys. I know that some of you are thinking, Crispy, they're just admitting to using AI in the concept phase, right? I'm going to respond to that by saying,
Okay, so this one... Now, that looks really high-end. Like, if someone actually drew this, they had to go in and do all that detail.
Pointing out that, once again, if you look at the project that they're showing on their Kickstarter, the thing that you are supposed to be pre-ordering, it still looks like AI slop. And given all their admittance of AI use, I don't know, the evidence that actually it is AI slop is building by the second. But on top of that, it's not like they're a brand that has openly admitted, hey, we use AI in some concept phases. No, they're telling you to your face through their sponsored creators that, guys, we use human-made art. It seems a little silly to say that you care so much about human-made art when you admit to using ChatGPT and possibly other AI image generators in your private communications, in your Discord server, and with creators such as myself.
Now, I can see why people would say, like, okay, what's the big deal? They used AI art. Whoop-de-doo. I know that people don't... I just noticed that Zerum. I know that people hate the fact that AI was used, and they don't want to support anything that has used AI because it's stealing from artists. And I get that. I'm fully aware of that. And they are in the right to think that and feel that. I mean, there was a time where CG, computer graphics, was frowned upon in video games and movies. Legitimately. People were afraid that movie makers were going to be replacing actual humans with just computer graphics. If you want a really good example of it, look up Matrix Reloaded. Yes, Matrix Reloaded. People were very upset that they started using CG for Neo when he's doing his stuff like flying and whatnot, when just using cords and harnesses would have worked just nicely. And in fact, it was a little better.
It's not a good look, and it feels a bit like this marketing is a little misleading. They are well aware of the optics of using AI, and through omission, I believe that they are trying to mislead customers and creators. Now, when I say that, I'm not accusing them of illegal behavior. I'm just accusing them of behavior that I don't like. Like, I don't know, woke opinion, I guess, that I think you should be clear with your customers about what they're paying for. And if you're...
I agree with that. That's why I'm all for Steam putting up if the game used AI in any part of the development phase. I'm full agreement of being open about what kind of AI that you used. Like, for instance, I recently made a game through, what was it, Senkai? You get to create your own games through that. But it took me a while to actually get the game even in a remote state that's good and playable and is the image I would like. There's still a lot of improvements, but so far that machine, that program, couldn't fix the issues. I know a human can, because it's simple stuff that has been done before. So it's like the coding's out there, you could easily just put it together.
You're gonna say that you're using human-made art, you can't privately admit that ChatGPT is used in your process. Those two things cannot be the same. You cannot use a tag of human-made art to sell your project if this is what you're saying behind the scenes. Again, just my opinion, right? I don't really plan to support their project because of the way they've done this. I wouldn't be supporting their project regardless because I don't like the use of AI in any way, but the fact that they...
Hold on. Well, first of all, that's not a coin. Why'd they let that one go through?
Anyway.
And then armor vulnerability. Why'd they do a signature on it? It's not even the guy's signature.
But the fact that they are omitting it and trying to keep it quiet is a little bit irritating to me.
I do kind of want to know what you guys think about using AI for the concept art and then using that as your reference. I've done that mainly because there's like a certain position or a combination of two things that I couldn't imagine in my head. It's like when I go to draw it, it was like fractured. So I couldn't find any pictures of it normally, so I had to fabricate a picture. And I drew it from there. What do you think about that?
Number Shadiversity, no matter how much that guy touched up his slop, nobody cared. And I don't think people are going to care here either, man. With that being said, I do want to cover one final thing, and that is the argument that projects like Pac-Mule need to use AI.
Here we are. This is what I was looking for. Now, keep in mind the term need. I've said in quite a bit of videos, I feel that generative AI for art could be a stepping stone. Like, you need to get the creative juices flowing, so it's like you type in something like a dragon pops up, and you're all like, oh wait, I kind of like that design. You know, stuff like that. Same thing with writing. I feel like AI can give you a pretty good prompt. Just earlier, I was trying to do an AI generated story that was based off of, or not based off of, but mocking these like AI stories that's been running around, where it's like these two brothers, they have a choice between, like, say, like a phoenix and a dragon, and one brother chooses the dragon because it's powerful, and then the narrator has to choose the phoenix, and stuff got messy. The brother still was jealous, and they die for some reason and get reincarnated right before the choice, and they keep the memory of their past life. Yeah, but with the generation, I accidentally came up with an interesting plot that is only vaguely similar. And it's like, I kind of want to write this as a short story. That would be really cool. Did I need to do it? No. Now, I've been working on a lot of stuff. One of the things is an actual card game. I've pretty much got the cards made. I'm just have not found a full time to play test it with people. But this was the first version of the Angelic Avenger. It's supposed to just be a basic angel. This is what I got on the crayon.ai. Yeah, I have it written down there. And it looks terrible. It barely looks like an angel, but that was the best that I could come out with. And then I learned that there's other companies that was pretty good, so I went... I believe this was Dream by Wombo. And this is the new Angelic Avenger. Do I love it? No. I know a lot of people's eyes went into several different places, and I don't blame you. The reason why I've done this, because I have, like, I think it's like almost 300 different cards. they do need some sort of, like, artwork to be interesting, you know? My artwork isn't that great, but like this, I don't feel right putting this out. And with the crooked halo, the face looking derpy, the fingers, the belt not being symmetrical. I'd rather pay a human to draw this, but I can't. I need money in order to do that, or sign a thing where it's like you guys get a certain percentage of the revenue from this, or something like that. But aside from the picture, I did everything else. Oh, actually, slight correction on that. These right here and the metal part here was AI. I gotta correct myself on that. Everything else, though, I did. Main reason why I made those AI... Actually, I think I might be able to do something similar, but not... I want it to look nice. And I do know that there are people out there that can make a more interesting tile bit frame thing. And, of course, I am willing to pay said person for this. Does that make it alright to use AI art? I'll let you be the judge of that. And I don't care if this actually puts a stain on what I'm doing, because I do want to be, like I said, upfront. This is AI. These were mostly AI. I did change it a bit to make it like the numbers easier to read on them, cut off some things. But the thing is, it is actually up to you to decide if you are willing to put up with AI in your cards or not. Now, one last thing. Here's their website. I've been trying to get a really close look on the cards, because if a human actually did make the cards, I think they would have their copyright on it. And I've been trying to find... Wait, they have AI. Identify the daily item. Oh, it's... Damn it. Open image, new tab. Can I get a zoom in? Wait, what? This work includes... Oh, okay, I see what they're saying. This work includes material from SRD 5.2.1 by Wizard of the Coast, available at www.dndbeyond.com. There's the license under the... Available at... All the material is trademarked and copyrighted 2025 by Pac-Mule Gaming Accessories. Okay, so, there's a signature here. But of course I can't read it. But, again, the thing is, you got the frame here. The item is front and center. It's got like a glowing effect around it. And there is a vague scene in the background. I could tell it's supposed to be a tinker's shop. But why is the ever-smoking bottle in a tinker shop? There's a little discrepancy here. but that could easily be drawing like artists. Here's another one. That's a weird looking gear. Why is it a bunch of gears? The books are a little funky, but then again, when do you draw books? So, alright, so let's see what the commercial...
Succeeding on your quest is not won by wit alone, but by what you carry, ready at hand when fate demands. Yet too often those treasures are buried between crowded margins and crossed out notes. The story falters, not for lack of courage or cunning, but for lack of order. Enter the Pac-Mule Ultimate Inventory System, a remedy for cramped character sheets and the chaos they create. Here, every single item in 5th edition is brought to life as one of over 1,200 beautiful, functional item cards, from a single copper piece to legendary items of immense power. All kept neatly organized within class-specific books of holding. For players and game masters alike, your character sheet is displayed next to your equipped gear.
I kind of like that.
Reference always in view, followed by your carried items, scrolls and potions sorted and ready at hand, so you can see what you have at a glance, and the tale moves forward without pause. Built for the rigors of a long campaign, each book of holding is bound in supple faux leather, marked with precision embossing and intricate artwork. 14 distinct designs, so every adventurer may choose the book that best reflects their path. For the Game Master, Pac-Mule becomes a living archive. Items given, taken, traded or lost as the story unfolds. Loot found, handed across the table. Some treasures veiled, their truths obscured, revealed only by study, spell, or daring use. Loot spent,
that is really cool.
To the leather loot chest until it finds its proper place once more. Designed to grow with your table, when your campaign reveals something new, an artifact no book has named, a reward known by no mortal, Pac-Mule grows with it. When the story demands more than the books can offer, Mule Brew Custom Card Creator allows you to give it form. Create any item your world requires, crafted in the same format as every official card. For when nothing is forgotten or misplaced, the smallest of things may turn the greatest of fates. Pac-Mule.
What was up with the glamour studded leather?
Next adventure.
I don't know. I really love this idea. They're still on Kickstarter. Really wish I could pledge, actually. Yeah, the problem is... Let's see what the rewards are. Full set bundle is a $200. Yikes. Damn, okay. I really would like this, though. So, it does look very, very close to being AI. And if he said he used it as a concept art, technically he didn't have to go far. I mean, I'm pretty sure they don't have pictures of, like, all the items, and I'm pretty sure a lot of this is just like this. I don't think that's an actual, like, magic item or anything. Oh, the classic artwork. I love it. So yeah, there's like just a lot of images they could have used and been like, hey, this is what that item would look like. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm really in a mixed state with the whole bit of AI because it's a good footstep. Stepping stone. Poor people can use it to get their foot out the door, but I don't think it can replace a whole army of people working on whatever project. Like I said, I would love to pay artists. It doesn't have to be like Magic the Gathering, like quality, but it has to look a bit better than a pencil scratching. So, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Click on whichever thumb you think is appropriate for this video, and until next time, stay nerdy.